Okay, let's do this. Coffee.
Hi, let's talk about my personal goals as an analog photographer for the year 2021. So if you don't know me, I've been an analog photographer for about 2 years, and also I'm about to start a photography degree in the spring of this year, which I'm super happy about and super excited to start. And I'm also making this video just to hold myself accountable by the end of the year and check in with myself. Did I achieve any of the goals that I set for myself? Hopefully you guys will help me with this and ask me, did you do all of the things that you said in the beginning of the year you were going to do? Additionally, this video will hopefully inspire some of you guys to set your own photography goals for this starting fresh new year of 2021 and work on your skills, work on your photography and improve throughout the year. I hope you will join in and maybe post down below what kind of goals you are setting for yourself for your photography in 2021. I would be very interested to read what your guys' goals are. So without further ado, let's get into the video and look at my photography goals for 2021. I kind of like to keep the list short, so I've limited myself to setting 5 goals for my photography, and that's it. These 5 goals can be as big or as small as I want to, but there's going to be only 5 goals. So number 1, I'm kind of proud to say that I've already started doing this, and this is to organize all of my negatives. As I told you, I've been an analog photographer for about 2 years. Basically what I've done with my negatives when I got them back from the lab is just shove them in a little cupboard in my room. So this cupboard is bursting with little packages of negatives and it's a whole mess. You don't want to see it, I don't want to see it, I don't want to look at it anymore. And really this is bad because it's hard to find things when I need them. It's a mess. So the goal that I set for myself for 2021 is to eliminate this whole pile, to go through all the work and just to put it in a neat folder and organize all of my negatives so I can easily search for them, I can easily pull them out, they don't get ruined, they don't get like scratched, they don't get anything. I just want to not let this mess take over any longer and just to have like a really organized negatives folder. And fingers crossed, I've already started with this. I will finish this whole project by the end of the year and try to discipline myself that whenever I'm shooting new stuff and I'm getting it back from the lab, that I will file it immediately. Comment if you know this problem and comment if you want me to make a whole video about how I'm organizing all of my film negatives. I think that would be a fun video or project to do, maybe if you guys are interested. So let me know. Hit the like button if you're interested to see me organize all of my negatives. Alright, goal number 2 for this year is to start shooting medium format. As I've told you before, as you guys know, I am a film photographer and I only shoot on this camera and my point and shoot camera, which is a 35mm camera. And really my goal for 2021 is to step up and to start shooting medium format. The thing is, I already bought a medium format camera in 2020. I bought a Mamiya 645 camera on eBay and I took it with me on a shoot. I was super excited to work with the Mamiya 645 and to finally start medium format. But the camera turned out not to be fully functioning. This was a huge bummer because basically it ate like my roll of film. And something must be wrong with the film rewind thing. I don't know what the problem is exactly. It's somehow broken and it's basically eating my film and destroying my film, so the lab couldn't really use it, they couldn't scan it because it's all like ripped and disgusting. And yeah, since then I just kind of put the camera to the side. I'm kind of sad about it. It wasn't too expensive, so I didn't sink too much money into it, and I think this can be repaired, but I haven't done it yet. Basically, I need to find somebody in my area in Berlin. Hit me up if you know anybody that can repair a Mamiya, or like maybe get rid of the body and just keep the lens and get a new body. I don't know, and figure this whole thing out, and then finally start shooting medium film. Start shooting medium format. That would be awesome. This is a big goal for me. I hope it will work out. I'll try my best. Okay, my number 3 goal for 2021 is to start learning how to use an external flash. So far, I've been using an on-camera Metz flash that I've been attaching to my Minolta, and I've been also using the in-camera flash for my point and shoot, but I haven't connected my cameras to an external flash to be able to trigger it that way and to create not this kind of harsh flash, but like a more natural light simulation. And I think this would be a very important skill for me to have if I want to be able to shoot and work in a studio context. I need to learn how to use an external flash, and just in general to learn how to use studio lighting. I do prefer to work with natural light outside. I love natural light. I love adapting to it. I love finding it. I love like all the things to do with natural light. But it would be a very useful and good skill if I could also work in a studio context with studio light, especially right now in the wintertime when it's cold and dark, and you know, film only goes up to like, or color film only goes up to like 800 ISO, so that's not really enough to work indoors or to work in a really dark, wintry kind of situation as we have in Germany. I don't know how it is where you are, but we get so little light here in the winter time. It's a catastrophe. But basically, to kind of avoid all of these issues and problems, I need to figure out how to work with an external flash and how to use studio light and all of this jazz. And hopefully I will learn a bit of that within my degree that I'm starting in spring. I think they have a class on studio lighting, and especially how to use all of that with an analog camera, because you know, with an analog camera you can't really check and adjust your lighting as you could with a digital camera. So yeah, it's tricky. I need somebody to show me this. I need to figure it out. This is a big goal, and goal number 3 for 2021. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is to do at least one shoot on my digital camera. So I've been talking a lot about analog stuff so far, but actually I'm filming this on my new digital camera, which I'm so happy and excited about. It's the Fujifilm X-T4, and it's an amazing camera, and I've been enjoying it so much using it for filming, but I haven't really used it much for my photography, just because I started out as an analog shooter. I like analog, the whole workflow of analog. I'm kind of a little bit scared of digital cameras within the photography context, because I don't really like the
whole checking and the peeking and like relying on the camera too much.
I kind of like relying on myself, but I realized that I need to be a hybrid shooter, that I need to be able to do analog and digital, because not all clients will be willing to deal with the whole thing of analog photography. So I also want to be able to give them the option of me shooting digitally, and also for some certain situations digital workflow is just the best way to go forward, and also the less expensive way to go forward in some situations. So yeah, goal number 4 is to learn how to shoot digitally and do at least one shoot on my digital camera, a full-on shoot. Let's do it. The next and final point on my list, I have to admit I'm a bit nervous about, and at the same time I'm excited, and I don't know if this is gonna happen, if I'm gonna be ready to do this, but nonetheless I put it on my list for this year. Also because I'm starting my photography degree and I'm kind of hoping this is gonna help me with it, but it's to apply for an artist residency as a photographer / apply to photography competitions with my work. So I know this is a big goal to set for myself. I've only been working as a photographer for 2 years, so I'm still figuring out my style, I'm still figuring out my subjects, I'm still figuring out like
what interests me and what do I want to explore, what do I want to tell in my photography.
But I think you have to start early. You have to just jump in, take the leap, and start applying for artist residencies and start participating in competitions if you want to get better and if you want to get anywhere. It's very important for you to kind of get exposure, put your work out, and just kind of see what comes back. So, you know, applying is just the first step. You might get rejected from everything, and that's totally fine. You just have to keep applying. But I believe that the longer you put it off, the kind of scarier the whole thing becomes. So I just kind of want to start brutal, fresh, do it this year, start applying for artist residencies and see what kind of comes back and what kind of feedback I get. I mean, this is the thing. The worst that can happen is you get rejected, but probably one of the good things that can happen is that somebody will look at your work, they will remember you, they might like recognize your work somewhere, they might even give you some very good feedback, like some useful feedback, how you can improve your skills as an artist, how you can improve your skills as a photographer, and you kind of get a feeling for, are people vaguely interested in my work? Is it getting some responses? I mean, obviously for this you need to apply for not only one thing, but like keep applying for several things. Yeah, this is a good goal for 2021, my 5th goal. So fingers pressed. Fingers pressed. Do wish me luck with that, and we'll see how it goes. I will hopefully do a review of all of my goals by the end of the year in December and let you know how it went. And it would be cool if you could share your own personal photography goals with me, whether you're an analog shooter or you're a digital shooter. I would be super curious to hear, like, did you make any goals for yourself for this year? What are your plans? What do you want to work on? What do you want to improve? And if you did enjoy this video, please give me a like on the like button. Subscribe to this fairly new channel. I will see you in my next video.